Hi, right, I'm going out to test version 2 of the firmware that Gitup just released for the Git3. Now, I've been waiting for a sunny day, which has been a bit futile, but we have got a day where there's gaps in the cloud, so with a bit of luck we'll get some sunshine. See, here's the sun coming out now. So with a bit of luck we'll get some contrast between sunny and dark conditions, but it's the UK, it might just be clouding up, you never know. And I'll show you the settings that I used for this movie at the end, because this is the first time I've taken the camera out with new firmware, so the settings are a bit speculative. And yeah, well, let's get on with it. Let's go around Appley, just a short run around Appley. What I'll do is I'll put the whole video online so you can see how the camera behaves in sort of open spaces, you know, paths that are through roads when they go through heavily wooded areas, so it's a lot darker. Yeah, let's do it. Okay, here's a quick reminder of how I've got the camera mounted on the bike. Right, now there's a particular vibey patch on the bike between 30 and 40 miles an hour. And 30 and 40 miles an hour is the exact speed limit that applies in some of the villages we go through. Some are 30 and some are 40, so it's a good test of the and yeah, on stretches it's 50 as well, so it's a good test of the image stability, which is why I'm keen on Gitup's. Yeah, image stability. Okay, let's get on with it.
And we're off. Right, now let me just reiterate, I am an average user. I do not claim to be an expert or even knowledgeable about cameras in any way. There are plenty of YouTube channels dealing with dash cams and cams and what have you, where there are people who appear to be expert, well, at least know a lot more about it than me. These videos are meant to come from the perspective of just an ordinary bloke like me who gets one of these and you know, fiddles around with it till they've got a picture that they're happy with. And I've got to say, I'm happy with an awful lot of this. There's this is a 30 mile an hour limit, the heavy vibe period. Look how steady the image is. And I tell you, when I look down at the camera mounted on the front of the bike, you can see it vibrating like hell. But this is the image stability on the Git3, which I think is absolutely excellent. And of course is why I'm keen on the Gits. Because they do have absolutely excellent image stability. Another thing I've noticed putting this video together is that they've done away with the gap between clips. I've got this on 5-minute loop recording, and there was a gap of a couple of frames or frames or something that was repeated on the Git2, and I think on the Git3 when I first got it with firmware version 1.8. That seems to have been done away with. I'm not sure whether that's a firmware update or whether it was always like that. I haven't been using the Git3 enough. General observations about this video are I'm happy with a lot of it. It still looks a bit washed out to me. If you look at right, look at that hedge on the right, dark hedges on the right. They still look washed out, so I'm going to have to fiddle with the exposure. I'll show you at the end what settings I had and what I'm going to change them to. At least we got rid of the pink in the sky. Right, that's it. Well, as I said at the beginning, what I'm going to do is show you the whole journey, and so that'll give you plenty of different environments, from heavily wooded to very open, like coarse lawn. And you can have a look for yourself. And the next video I'll put up, I'll put it up when I've tweaked the exposure a bit, just to get rid of this slightly washed out look. Okay, I'll see you at the end. What I'll do is I'll chip in. This morning I I put a little video up on Instagram showing a very dangerous junction on this journey. It's right towards the end of the journey, just before we get back into Tewkesbury. But coming from the other way, going around this route, going around anti-clockwise. We're going around clockwise now. And I'll comment when we get to that bit on the journey, so you can see what the dangerous semi-concealed turning on the left looks like as you come into Tewkesbury, and one to be aware of. Okay, I'll see you then. Yeah, I didn't really want anyone in front of me for this video. I said at the beginning of the video I would comment when we got to the dangerous junction, but I put a video up about Instagram on Instagram this morning. That was coming the other way, anti-clockwise. We're going around clockwise now. And the way to tell you are coming across it is there is a gas station here on the left as we're coming into Tewkesbury. We're about 2 miles out of Tewkesbury, a mile outside Tewkesbury, coming up to the Mythe Bridge. You go past that gas station and then the road starts curving around to the right. And look how quick these, I mean, this is a quick road. I mean, it's very, very rideable, you know, it's a lovely bit of riding, this road. Slow sign, and then the junction you want to watch out for is there. Every biker I know has had a car pull out on them there. And this is a straight bit coming up to the Mythe Bridge at the end here. So I just thought I'd point that out for the general satisfaction of the public, or general information for the public. Okay, we're coming to the end now. This is Tewkesbury High Street. You can definitely see the washed out effect here, can't you? I've obviously got the exposure wrong. But we'll have a look at the exposure settings now.
Hi. Right, I said I'd show you what settings I was using for this vid. As you can see, it's 1080p 60, and the settings we're after on this tab here. Resolution is 1080p 60, loop is 5 minutes, Time lapse off, slow motion off, interval off. WDR I've got on. Okay, oops. It's not the most responsive screen in the world, this. Gyro is on. Sharpness I've left alone. White balance I've got set to daylight. Right, I'm getting it back is a bit of a bugger sometimes. You can set it to custom and then adjust it with this one if you want. Low light I've got off. Exposure, right, this is the one. Right, I've got it -1/3. I think that's wrong. I think it should be +1/3 to get rid of that washed out. Get rid of that washed out effect. As I told you, I'm just a duffer, groping my way. More or less everything else I have left. Oh, colours vivid, which I quite like, although it doesn't seem to be quite as strong as on the Git2. Bitrate is high, microphone is medium, motion detection's off, G-sensor's off, stamp, that's just, you know, the stuff, the information that appears on the screen. And those were the settings I used for this. As you've seen, I've just bumped the exposure up a bit to try and get rid of that washed out look. And apart from that, I'm very happy with it. I'm very happy with the colours and everything else. So there you go. And that's it. Thanks very much indeed for watching. I'll put up another vid with the adjusted exposure when I get out on the bike again. Okay, thanks for watching. See you later.